All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another morning of working out in the morning. Let's start with our side shuffle. Hopefully last week went well for you in my absence. Hopefully you weren't absent. Start at the speed that works for you, or maybe just a bit slower than that. Starting slower is always better. Glad to be back. Here we go. If you're getting your weights together, we need one small weight for shoulder press. If your shoulders work for pressing above your head, then you can use a weight. If they don't, then don't use a weight. Just go empty-handed. 40-30 workout, getting strong. All right. Back and forth, nice and easy. As you're moving here, go a little slower than you naturally would. That doesn't necessarily make it easier. Taking some of the momentum out of the movement. Your muscles have to work a little harder, maybe. Feels a bit different. General purpose, just to be a little bit different. And then speed it up faster than you'd normally go, if it's there for you, okay? Pay attention to things like your feet and your ankles and your knees. If they get twingy when you speed it up, then don't do that, okay? Or just do a little tiny bit and then slow back down again. 3, 2, 1. Come on out, let's do leg swing, opposite hand. That's it, knee stays pretty straight. Trunk bends and twists only a little bit. And we're trying to make this fluid. Make it look good, smooth. That's right, keep breathing. And if you notice sometimes how your breathing kind of stops when things get a little technical, or you're watching and then you're trying to replicate the movement and you're thinking about what you're supposed to do, and then, you breathe from the beginning, or try to remember to breathe from the beginning. A nice rule there is whenever you do anything, the first thing you do is take 2 big breaths, and then sometimes the breathing continues from there. Nice. Let's switch to knee opposite elbow, and then a little bit faster, okay? It doesn't have to touch, but it has to go in that direction. I'd like more of your motion from your hips and your shoulders, less from the trunk bending and twisting, okay? Nice. 3, 2, 1. Nice raised stance. And then reach across. Shoulder, as far as you can go. And then as far as you can go. You can start with like maybe the first couple are not as far as you can go. All right. And then they grow with each consecutive repetition. That's it. Got a couple more. So these last ones here. Try to get as far as possible. Feet stay planted on the ground. We got one more each side. And that's that. Nice. All right. Dynamic mobility for the full body here, and maybe more so for the hips. So right leg goes back. Both hands to the inside of that front leg. Get as close to the floor as possible, and then pop up. And then switch sides. If that floor is too far away from you, those hands or elbows can go to the front knee. Move slow in and out of this. This is not an exercise. Even though it basically is a reverse lunge, which is an exercise, you might choose to just go like barely halfway down. Again, get the nervous system going. In and out, and in and out. With this movement, I've tried to incorporate attention to that foot that has to go back, lands exactly where I want it to land. And when it comes up, it never touches the floor until it's in the right place, which means my weight-bearing foot, I'm balancing on it properly. So just to improve my balance, I'm just adding that to the loop. Oh, I missed it there, but hey, whatever. Might as well work on balance while we're doing our stuff, right? This is our last one. Come on out and let me show you the deal. Grab some water if you need. All right, Spiderman squats and shoulder press. So we'll do, pardon me. So a Spiderman squat starts with a very wide stance, and I really want both feet pointed forwards. Toes not out, all right? Feet forwards. And then we simply bend one leg while one leg stays straight. Okay, so there's some twisting in the knee. So you might be limited by strength or by how your knee feels. So pay attention to that. And remember, as you start the movement, we're all doing the same thing in that the bum goes backwards first, okay? Then how low you go, well, that's up to you. But the knee really doesn't go forwards unless you go really, really deep. And that spine stays nice and straight, nice bracing in the abdomen. That's our Spiderman squat. So we'll do one side for 40 seconds, 30-second rest, and then take your nice little weight, and then press, right? And then imagine this is heavy. I would say when it's at the bottom, pretend it goes from 5 pounds to 50 pounds, and you have to brace to hold it here. Then you get it up, and then when it's on top, elbow goes straight, and again, you feel really braced and strong. If that weight changed from 5 to 50, could you hold it there, balance it there? That's your top position. That's what you want to think about, okay? We're doing that. Now remember, that ear wants to be in front of the arm, okay? If it's not, then I would suggest you're going empty-handed and just using your inherent natural shoulder capsule resistance, tension as the resistance, okay? And then it'll get better and better and better. I'd rather you, let's say, press not above your head, but get the elbow straight, okay? I'd rather you do that than go straight above your head and then go, and can't get the elbow straight and lean and twist. We don't want that. Okay, let's hit it. 10 seconds, we're in. Spiderman squat, and then shoulder press. Spiderman squat, and then shoulder press. We're gonna shoot for 3 rounds of that, okay? 3, 2, 1, here we go. Exhale as you rise. Make it a little harder, spend very little time at the top. As soon as you get to the top, you drop, okay? And also go a little deeper if you want to make it harder. Notice the nice stretch you get in the groin of your straight leg, okay? Feel that stretch, enjoy it. 10 seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Perfect. All right, so full 30-second rest. We like that. We need that. Because we're only doing one leg or one arm, it's a slightly smaller metabolic hit during the 40 seconds than if we're doing both legs or both arms. And that makes this maybe a moderate level workout versus a severe level workout. Shoulder press, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Exhale as your eyes. Straighten the elbow. And brace your tummy. Twenty seconds.
There's an endless road to rediscover. Hey, sister.
8 to go. 3, 2, 1, rest. Perfect. All right. During this rest, just take note. What does your worked leg feel like? What does your worked arm feel like compared to the other one? If you had to figure out because you didn't remember which one did you just do, can you feel the difference? All right, Spiderman squat. Nice wide stance. And in 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Exhale as your eyes. Have been bracing. It's bracing harder at the bottom than the top, or it has to anyways. But you can also choose to brace hard through the whole thing. For 8 seconds to go. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice. Getting ready for other shoulder press. In 10. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Now you're probably doing this from home and you probably don't have a full slate of weights available to you. So you're kind of stuck between the can of soup and the 20-pound kettlebell you thought was a good idea to buy at some point. Nothing wrong with starting with something heavier. And then before you completely fry yourself out, switch to the lighter or go empty hand, okay? That's how you modify with a weight that's too heavy for 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Nice, 1 round done. And then the other way to do it, honestly, I mean, we're doing a 40-30 workout, but there's nothing to say you can't do something heavier for 20 seconds and then you get a 50-second rest, okay? I mean, I can make an argument to say we should be doing that. We could be doing that. But then we're just looking at each other for 50 seconds, and that's super awkward. Okay, first leg, Spiderman squat. Here we go. Right? You didn't register for the class and send me all your money just to stare at me for 50 seconds after 50 seconds, right? We got to get at it. Some reason those checks haven't come through yet, though, so they're probably on their way, right? 10 seconds to go. Just to clarify, if you're new here, you're not supposed to pay for the class. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice. All right. Shoulder press coming up. 10 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Strong. Strong at the bottom. Strong at the top. Elbow gets straight. And you're doing this. This is partly about shoulder strength and mostly about shoulder mobility and having enough strength at that end range. So that in the event that you slip and fall and reach your arm out in any direction and stabilize yourself, this will shorten your recovery period drastically. 3, 2, 1, rest. Nice work. All right, shake it out. Spiderman squat, other side, coming up. In 10. You can play around with the width of your feet a little bit. A little wider, a little narrower. There might be a sweet spot that feels just right for you. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. On average, I think a person on their own naturally goes a little too narrow, and then they feel kind of jammed up and restricted. Because going wide feels like it's going to be too hard. Because going wider puts way more force on the adductors, on the groin muscle. And on average, unless you've trained anything, that muscle sometimes doesn't function very well. So you put your foot out a little wider and instantly feel horribly weak. 3, 2, 1, rest. And that is the point to this exercise. Yeah, it's a good quad exercise. Glutes are doing a little bit. But that adductor, that groin that is often with our general daily activity is neglected, and then surprise, it gets weak, and then surprise, we use it even less, and then boom, and surprise, it's the biggest muscle of your thigh. Shoulder press, other hand, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Yeah, everybody's all about quads because we can see them in the mirror, or hamstrings because you read an article about athleticism and strong hamstrings are important. Turns out the adductors, 3 of them, are just sitting there going, yeah, you guys have your glory. We know we're the biggest. We know we're the most important. We're the most neglected. 10 seconds. Now, they're not neglected by us. The stuff you're doing with me is hitting them. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice work. All right, 1 set to go. Starting with Spiderman squat, leg number 1. You got some energy left and you're feeling like this is good. Encourage yourself to just go a little bit lower. See what that feels like. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Still exhaling as you rise. Let's go. Come on. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Rest. Perfect. And that little bit deeper, you'll feel that. Maybe more in the groin and the upper super high edges of your groin. Note how that feels. Don't push through anything too much, but it's good to work into those areas. In the event, again, okay, shoulder press. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So the slip and almost fall situation where that leg slides out and you catch yourself, and then boom, you strain that stuff, right? That happens all the time, unless we have trained and prepared for it. I would like to personally know about all of the injuries that I actually never got because of preparation and training, because they didn't happen, so I don't know. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Because if I knew that, wouldn't that be extra motivation to just keep doing this? Just going to assume it's amazing. All right, we got 20 seconds to go, so I'm not going to get in position yet. I'm going to walk around, get recovered. Make sure this is all working okay. Yeah, good. All right, Spiderman squat, last leg, last time. And 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. If you went deeper on the other leg, make sure you go deeper on this one too. Probably started on your strong side, because everybody always does. Unless you're just doing what I'm doing, then that. But if you're doing your own thing, you started on your strong side. This is your weaker side, so don't shortchange it. Get a little deeper, get it stronger. In 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice. All right, we got one more shoulder press coming up. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Still exhaling as you rise. Elbow still goes straight. "12 seconds to go." 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice. All right, put that weight down, grab some water, and breathe. Perfect. All right. We're going to do some plank stuff because we got to. But before we do that, we're just going to do the Spiderman squat, but just work on our position a little bit and make sure we get the end of that muscle super strong. So be careful. Don't push. Don't hurt anything. Go into this cautiously. But what I want you to do, we're getting it into our position. Let me show you. And we're going to go down, and then maybe you can support your weight with your leg, or maybe even use the floor or something around you that you can use to support yourself with. We're going to get into our bottom position. We're going to try to go a little lower and then just pulse there for a little bit, okay? So maybe use the wall, coffee table, chair, yoga block. Your kettlebell can be there to hold on to, okay? So pick whatever leg you want, and let's get down. Get down. Support yourself if you need to or want to. You're a little lower than ever, and now it's going to hang out here and go, oh yeah. And then come out when you want, but if you're still there, cool. 3, 2, 1, and come out. Oh, don't move your feet. Just keep it there and shake it out. All right. Let's do it the other way. All right, so grab your thing that you need to support yourself with. Let's go down. Go a little lower than you've ever gone before. I'm just going to pulse a little bit. So lots of things are happening. They don't all feel great. 3, 2, 1, and come out. Oh, that's awesome. 2 more times each side, okay? So down. Support yourself if you need. Trunk is working super hard. Then we pulse. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, come on out. And then right into the other side. All right, down and pulse. You might feel that your body is coming forwards quite a bit. 3, 2, 1, and come on out. That's okay as long as your spine stays straight. Last one, okay? And we pulse. We're getting stronger at this. So I've never done this before. Come on out. And this feels great. Last side, last time. And by great, I mean really stimulating, like I might feel this tomorrow. And 3, 2, 1, come on out. Yeah, boom, nailed it. All right, we're doing planks. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Oh no, it is, yeah. All right, 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Planks, either regular, right? Or with your hands on a stool. We're jumping right in. 3, 2, 1, get in there. 30 seconds. And if 30 seconds is impossible, then stop when you need to, all right? That's what you're doing if you can't do 30 seconds. You're not stopping and resting and continuing. You're just stopping and stopping. Okay. We're halfway. We're chilling. We're planking. This is awesome. We're almost done in 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're taking a 20-second rest. I like to curl my toes underneath to get that big toe flexibility improved while I'm resting. We're going to do this, I don't know, like maybe 2, 3 more times. 3, 2, 1, and we're planking. Same deal. If 30 seconds is impossible, then just stop. You get a longer rest, and that's good for you. That's what you need. Halfway. Oh, we're going to have time for one more of these. That's it after this. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice. Oh. This is it. Last plank. Last deal. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Up. And we're holding. Try to get those arms vertical to the floor or perpendicular to the floor. Okay, which usually means coming up and over your hands more than you feel comfortable with. Okay, 10 seconds to go. If you want to work towards that. If you're not there, work towards it. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Perfect. That is the workout. All right, lunge stretch, my favorite stretch. Catch your breath. As soon as something is done, take a few extra big breaths. That just speeds up your recovery and how quickly you start to feel better. Left leg is in front, right leg is in back. Maybe the elbows come to the front knee or the hands come to the floor. If they're on the floor, the hand is right beside that front foot, meaning the front foot is out there maybe a little further than we're often accustomed to putting it. And then the next position might be elbows on the floor if it's there for you. But remember, we're not going to try very hard right now. We're just stretching. Lots of different things for stretching here. Okay, cool. And we're breathing. All right, so one little story of last week at Biathlon Nationals that was super cool. So traditionally it started with Saskatchewan Biathlon, but I think the country does it now too. Biathlon, you shoot 5 targets. If you hit all 5 in a particular part of the race, you get chocolate. That's your prize for shooting clean, it's called, okay? And let's switch sides. So in a race, if you hit all 5 targets, then at the end, when you have your team meeting, our coach will say, okay, anybody who shot clean, come on up and get your chocolate. And it's just what we've always done. So it's kind of a cool thing to be able to shoot clean in a race, and it's rewarded. Well, we had a retirement party for our coach. He retired after 30 some odd years. So we're all really sad, but it's a big deal. And so he was holding this meeting with a bunch of these. It was actually at his retirement party that he combined with our team meeting. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. So we had a retirement party / team meeting. And so he did the chocolate thing. So you get chocolate for shooting clean. Cool. And then he says, okay, and anybody in the crowd who's been to the Olympics, come up and get chocolate. And that's because, if you don't know, one of our kids from our club went to the Olympics this year, Logan Platz. But in attendance at this meeting were like alumni from Saskatchewan. Scott Para was there, and he went to the Olympics in Sochi years ago. And his wife, who is a massage therapist, went to the Olympics as a massage therapist. And one of our shooting coaches, I just learned that night, went to the Olympics years and years ago as a sharpshooter. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. And then there's this other coach that I didn't know of. And he's kind of peripheral, I think. But anyways, when Doug says anybody who's been to the Olympics, which arguably is a bigger deal than shooting clean, they get the same prize though. There was half a dozen people up at the front of Saskatchewan. So it was neat to have a visual, tangible representation of us. And Saskatchewan athletes represented 10% of all the athletes in at Nationals. This is our last try. Oh no, we got one more. And switch. And within the Masters category, which is now called Adult 1, 2, and 3, we had 6 out of 45. So I think we were the biggest club within the Masters category. So that was pretty cool. Still breathing, still relaxing, and switch for our last side, last time. And for the first time ever, at least to my recollection, which is like 50-50, but to my recollection, after 12 years of going to Canmore and racing, I shot clean in one of my races. So I got to go up and get chocolate. So I don't think I've ever gotten Canmore chocolate before. So now the debate is, do I keep it on the shelf and just look at it, or do I eat it? 3, 2, 1, and come on out of that. Nice work, everybody. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it, and so does your body. And I will see you Thursday.